There's an intriguing story today. It's a sensitive one coming from a brother, a guest. I don't want to actually start the story myself. Want him to introduce himself and start his story because it's a real life story. Good afternoon, Mr. Paulson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paulson Chideberemiwe. I'm actually from Abia State and Uturu precisely. Okay, this story I'm about to say happened in the year 2012 thereabout. So before then, my father was late, and I was staying with my mom, and my three siblings plus myself were four. So I bought Jamb written previously, but this second one I had to put ABU Zaria where I could go to school and get admission on merit. So my mom wasn't happy about it because she had some ugly experiences at the north, because that's where she based before the war, the Sharia law and the rest. So she asked me to change that school and put any school around the east. So I had to contact my father's sister. Her name is Sabina, and my father's only sister. So she was like, okay, how much is the change of jam course? How much is it? I said, I think 5K or so. So she said I should come and take it. But as a young boy, I was carried away with football. I was playing football that day, and I forgot that we had an appointment earlier before that day. So when I realized that I was running out of time, I had to start rushing down to Port Harcourt, because she stays at Port Harcourt while I stay at Obibo. So with my mom. So I got to her place. The place were locked. So I called her. She said she's in church, and she happens to be a Salvation Ministry member. So she sings in the choir. So she said I should come to the church. So I came, and I called her that I'm in the church. She said I should sit down and wait for her. So I had to sit down under the carport in the church premises. So she was rehearsing for the service with other choir members. So few minutes later, around that evening period, it started raining. People that were sitting with me came for the service, obviously, so they went in. I was putting on a short knicker and a polo, so I couldn't stay for the service, so I sat down there. It started raining, and I was sitting in the middle of two cars, two jeeps. So the next thing I could remember was that there was a thunderstorm, and a tall tree behind the fence fell on the fence, and the fence fell on the carport, and the carport landed on my head. I broke the seat, and I slumped. And I noticed that the cars too were badly damaged, including the fence. So I was literally dragged out from that carport. It was happening on the evening service. So that scenario dragged out Mama's attention. So Mama was like, what happened? Is this person still alive?
Sorry, who is Mama?
Okay, Papa David Ibiome's wife. So she had to come out. And
why is she called Mama?
Aside being the wife of a pastor, we are considering her age. You understand? So let's leave it like that. Now, they dragged me out with some pastors, and I now opened my eyes. I was unconscious. Can you imagine when a fence was destroyed and the carport itself and the tall tree fell on me? It was a horrible experience. So they dragged me out and took me to the office. So they now asked me who I was, and I told them. They asked me the church where I belong to, and I told them Winners, actually. So they demanded that why did I come? I said, my auntie, I wanted to see her. They said, okay, they called my auntie. Why she was coming, and she was screaming, and she was worried that, what have I done wrong this time around? What is the problem? And she found out that it was an accident, that she was like, what's really going on? And they told her, not because I was battling with my health then. So she gave me the money, and the church asked me, what do I really want? You understand? And I told them, I want to see Papa. That's just what I want at that moment. So they said, okay, I can't see Papa at that moment, and I should come back on Sunday. Third service, I'm definitely going to see Papa.
Sorry, why did they say you can't see him?
Okay, Papa was not around. He traveled for a birthday. I think I forgotten the name of the minister. I think Billy Graham or somebody had a birthday within that period, so he went for that birthday. So he wasn't on seat. So
Please, a question.
all right.
You said a fence
Yeah.
fell on top the carport.
Yeah.
And when they dragged you out, you were unconscious.
Yeah.
Were you, was first aid administered?
Not really.
Nothing.
No.
And as you just woke up, the first thing they asked you was, what do you want?
Yes.
Mama,
And some other pastors were there.
like a pastor, just looked at somebody that skipped deaths and they're asking you, what do you want? No first aid, nothing. Asking if you're okay, taking you to the hospital.
Yeah. So let's continue. There are other painful stories
Okay.
about it too. And when I finally left, I came back home. So on Sunday, we're so happy. Poor man picking.
Sure.
When this stuff happened, you were supposed to be taken care of, like medically and the rest. But poor man picking. So went home and I told my pastor. The pastor is still alive. He has okay. The pastor's name is Pastor Noso Igweneme actually, and he was a part-time pastor in Winners, but they've scrapped out all the part-time pastors, so he had to open his own. The name of the church is Dynamic Numa Power Assembly. So when this stuff were happening, it was my mom that we had. I no go fit do case with anybody now. So I was very happy that I'm going to see Papa. So on Sunday, third service, I had to come. After I've given testimony in the church in Winners that this is what happened and I'm being invited to see Papa.
Did they urge you to give the testimony?
Few persons that knew about it was like, give the testimony. That is a good thing that you're going to see Papa. And definitely it's going to take care of you because you had an accident and the rest. So as a young boy that was aspiring to go to school, still aspiring though, now we came on Sunday. I came myself. So the secretary was the lady. So she had to tell Papa that this is the young man that had an accident. Now between that Thursday and Sunday, the carport was fixed. The fence was fixed. The cars, I believe they were fixed because they were not there. I saw new ones. But the human being that had the accident there, the casualty there, nothing was done to
Not
the
even a transportation home.
Not really.
Okay.
So I finally met Papa. I was so happy. So Papa now, he held me by the hands, took me to the office. And I'm trying to use his exact words. He asked me my name. I told him. He asked me about my parents. I told him my dad is late, that it was my mom. And he said, okay, what business do my mom do? And I told him that my mom sells at Obibo, a particular mini market that's known as Atata Market then. So he said, okay, how many siblings do I have? I said, we are 2 boys and 2 girls. I'm the first child. He said, how about your education? I said, I bought JAMB, that I wanted to do a JAMB change of course. So that I could get school around the East and, further the education and probably see how God is going to help me. He said, which church do you go to? And I told him Winners Chapel. He said, wow, that we are one. He now said, he now brought out an olive oil to pray for me. And he made some statement like, I'm anointing you today as Samuel anointed David for an appointed time. Now, that no man born of a woman would take what God has given to you. Then when I stood up, he now said, if something bad had happened to me there, or maybe I was found lifeless, they would have said that he has killed me. You understand? That I should go, come with my mother, come with my home cell pastor, that he would want to see us on Tuesday by 10, 11. I think let's say 11 o'clock. We said, okay. I was so happy. Then he now said, about the education, come with your mom. Since she said that Obi, but say yes, come with your mom and the home cell pastor. Let's see how we can help you about the education and, bring you guys out from this other side and see how we can be of help to you and your family.
In his words.
in his words. So that was a life-changing opportunity for me. I was so happy. On getting to the house, we told the homestead pastor. The homestead pastor's name is Pastor Ken.
Okay.
Pastor Nonso Igweneme had to, give the order that Pastor Ken should go with me since he was in charge of all the homesteads. He was in charge of all the homestead in Winners Chapel, Seaside Road, Umebele, precisely.
Okay.
So on Tuesday, Pastor Kenneth came out, and my late mom came out, and she wasn't feeling that strong. One of my greatest joy was that, apart from helping my mom, maybe probably relocate us down to Port Harcourt and maybe help her out to start something meaningful. If the sickness was spiritual, she could help. If it was something that needed more money or more attention to our health, Papa could help.
Is any sickness that is spiritual?
I just made two options here. It could be possible, it couldn't. But all I'm saying is, if it was, the both places are balanced, and I'm not seeing my mom going anytime soon because of this encounter. You understand? Because she was suffering a lot. Now, carrying 4 children alone, both in the rain and summer. Every time you see the woman, she's just busy to help the children. Now, and as God may have it, we came from a family where they are blessed, actually, but they can only come out when somebody dies. Like,
Say, hold on. I think you need to go back on this last statement you made.
okay.
Please repeat yourself.
Okay, as I came from a family whereby people only come out to show assistance when they've lost their loved ones. Like, you're sick, they know you're sick. No special attention will be given to you. Hello, Team Mary, how are you? Okay. But the moment they heard that the person is dead, you will see convoy. Like when my mom died, the top men that were rich in River State and Port Harcourt, in the same meeting with her, came to the house that day to pick her. You understand? To deposit her body in the mortuary, and to show special care. But this same woman has been sick for a while, and nobody cared. She had bruises on her both leg. You understand? And it was so painful.
A cherry.
So she had it on her 2 sides leg. That one was just by the side. So on Tuesday, we got to the place. We sat down very early.
Sorry, a question.
All right.
When you the pastor asked you and your mom and the pastor to come to his office on Tuesday, your mom had a cherry on her both legs.
Yes.
Okay.
She came with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Now she had that cherry and she was seriously going down. Some of the people in Atata still know me till tomorrow. I know some persons like, I think Mad Divine in Atata. She still serves there. So she knows Ebere. You understand? So she knows me. So we came, we were very, very happy. My mom was like, hey, Ebere Chukwu, this one the pastor has asked us to come. He could just better our life. Probably get us an apartment and get me a business that will be taken. And your school will be taken care of. And I won't be thinking about your own. I'll be thinking about these other ones. There's this joy she was having. And me too, I was very happy. I didn't even remember the medical care again and the rest. I just seeing my mom as a widow, very excited to meet Papa, was something very joyful. Because why it was somehow joyful was that we are Winners members. So every Shiloh, we see him at the TV. He comes to minister. He's the son of David Oyedebo. So it was such an opportunity for us to meet him. Now we got to the place on Tuesday. Pastor Ken was there, representing the church,
The house for
the house fellowship, and that he asked for my mom and this other person. So we stayed there till about 12. Then the PA was fair, came to us and said he's the PA. So we're happy. But meanwhile, Pastor Ken was already a little bit upset, knowing fully well that if he had asked you to come by 10 and people were there, they even if he forgets, people will remind him that you have such an opportunity. So I had to go and meet the secretary. The secretary said, okay, I should just meet his PA to remind him. PA said that Papa cannot see us. I said, why? He said, Papa will not see us. I said, why? Pastor Ken was very angry, busted out. The Papa himself said he wants to see me and the mother of this guy. Can't you see her condition? He said in his words that we are not Salvation Ministry members. That's not.
Can you just repeat that?
He said we are not Salvation Ministry members. That he can't do anything to assist us. Now, what I don't know, or I think I'm not sure that Papa made such statements. The Papa David Ibiome I know cannot make such kind of statement.
Why?
Because I've seen in 2 or 3 occasions where he has helped 1 or 2 persons.
On camera.
I think I know about this little 2 I just mentioned.
What
So
if it's a publicity stunt?
I can't tell. I'm not there to judge. All I know is these persons I know.
And judge.
What is this thing? What the thing is? Let me say this. Let me make it very clear. He's a man that when he says something, he does it. That's the little I know about it. But the good, the bad. If he says he's coming for you, he's coming for you. So Pastor Ken busted out. And at that moment, my mom started crying. My mother cried and she couldn't survive that scenario. And
I'm so sorry.
We lost her at the death year end. It was so painful. Ever since then, I and my siblings we started struggling, and I just believe that young man did what he did. Because Papa cannot say we should come, and you come and say he says he's not going to see us. And that was just it. And my sister, since that day, I've been trying to see him. It's not possible. The story I'm talking about, Pastor Ken is still alive. Pastor Igwe is the senior pastor of Dynamic Numa Assembly at Umebele. And Pastor Mabua, they know. Most of the members in Winners know. So, but if Papa had seen my mom that day, I don't think she's going to die. I just believe that one way or the other she would have survived. And God orchestrated that scenario for a particular purpose, because she was passing through hell. You could imagine my mom was passing through that sickness and she could barely feed. Feeding 4 of us then was actually a difficult task for her. It was very painful, man.
First, it's okay to feel the way you're feeling, and I want to start by sending my condolences to you and your family for the loss of your both parents. But here at Unscripted Scoop, we do reality checks. Like, we tell you the truth, irrespective of how you would feel. So the reality check to you is that if he wanted to, he will.
What about...
You don't need to make excuses for him.
What about in a situation where, because ever since then, I tried to heal. I tried to, put things behind the scene. I never knew that a day like this would come where I could talk about it, because I believe so many other persons are going through stuff like this, and most of the GOs doesn't know. Most times it's politics. I'll take, for example, this same person also, when I'm mentioning now, had a resident pastor. And that resident pastor, there were so many rights that were meant for members, but the resident pastor pushed it to himself. His name is Pastor Jerry. Now, a member met me as an orphan in the church, because I was a choir director, that he wants to put a rail in the gate, so we won't be stressing to open the gate, so we could just push it down. That should find out the cost, that he wants me to do it so I could get something to take care of my siblings. Because ever since then, my parents died. It was hell. I had to go and take my siblings where they kept them for a while. No uncle, auntie were there. Everybody deserted. It's just the story. It's the painful truth of life. No one. The mother's brother that was supposed to take my sisters in made my siblings' life a living hell. My uncle's wife beat my younger sister because she was selling for her. Like, she literally hawk for her. So she used 200 to buy something to eat. She beat her and bite her on the breast and brought out her skin. Like, she had a wound on her breast. Yes, true life story. My sister is still alive.
Was the woman arrested?
Not really. Who want to arrest who?
Home and Peking.
That's why I started with that word. if now we keep picking this accident happened to,
Exactly.
what they talk? I still believe somehow that maybe apart from not the member or maybe be River State picking. Or more, there are some privileges you enjoy. You understand? Because I'll be a state man as he be. Well, I don't see it that way because this thing is supposed to be transparent, man.
Can I talk to you?
All right, talk to me, please.
You see, this whole session now, you started crying, and my soul started weeping. Because to see a man weep like this before audience, before the whole world, I think something deep has happened to you. But one, I want to ask you one question. Are you done with school?
No, really. All right, I went to Abepoli,
So,
and I did my ND there. So I had this uncle. He works in Shell. I said he's going to train me. So what I did was I had to look for the next uncle to assist maybe with the accommodation.
oh, yeah, there.
And he went and told that uncle that he should take his hands off, that he's taking care of me. Whereas what he pays is just my school fees. So, and that school fees now, he pays it when it's due and not to my account exactly. He pays it to a particular lecturer who is from our place, and the man goes to pay for me.
Now,
So now the ND, when I was done with my ND, I wanted to go for my 1 year IT, and I told him that this is what my siblings are going through. So he said I should leave anything that has to do with my siblings, concentrate on my life, stand first before going. From his own point, it's good, but he doesn't know what we're going through. My auntie's neighbors were calling me that if I don't come and carry my younger sister, that she would die. The maltreating was so much. My younger sister, the scars are still on her body. One of the bus scars, I can bring her. You will see the scars of 2012, 2013 still there her body till now.
bro, but just
So I had to go and bring her in.
okay. Your
Then
dog
rented a one-room apartment
where they're staying.
where we now started staying. Then while we were going to that dynamic Numa assembly, Pastor Naso Igweneme's church, because Pastor Igweneme had to carry my younger sister, my immediate younger sister, to take good care of her, which he did. And I must say he did. That man is the man of God. He follows Papa too. I don't know if he submits to him, but I know he's a very good man. He did that.
He's still taking care of her. He took care of her.
He took care of her
Yeah, but-
till I went and carried my sister.
house.
So we now started staying together, 4 of us.
Sorry, during that time you were in school, were your siblings also enrolled in school?
Yes, Pastor Nosi when they make sure that my sister went to a very good school, Catholic school at Okbolo.
St. Vincent.
That's a good school.
Now, not just too far from his own children's school. That's why I said he's a man of God. You know that these little things they take no true man of God.
True.
Not the speaking in tongues and the plenty things. It's in your act, the fruits. Now, apart from that, when I brought up my sister from there, a friend of mine introduced me to his elder sister. Then I took my sister there to stay. That woman too was the best of all. She became the mother my sister never had, because I used to call my sister my daughter, because the school she was going to was almost the same school with the daughter at Elena 1. She married a River State man.
Person,
Yeah.
that your aunt you went to see,
Mm. Yeah.
what has she done about this situation?
Okay. All right. After that stuff happened, and we lost our mom, and we're expecting her now as the father's only sister that is in Port Harcourt that is married to take one of the siblings now to stay. This woman bluntly refused. I had to even brought out the tactics. I was in my 20s. You understand? Now, I had to bring out an idea. I brought my younger brother where he was. I took her to my mother's friend previously. This woman turned my brother to bartender. That they finish bar by 11 o'clock, resume again by 4 o'clock. I said, no, this is not the kind of life I need for my brother. I had to bring him back. Then I had to go to my auntie's house, open the gate at Oginiba, pointed at her flat and told my younger brother to knock at the door. While he was knocking, I started calling people in the village that if anything happened to my younger brother Emmanuel, that they should hold Sabina.
I think it's Sabina.
Yes. So now, so immediately she saw my younger brother, calls from the village that started coming. Nothing should happen to that boy. Wayland is in your house. So she didn't have an idea. So she started telling them that, and she would have at least told her husband. They said, since you have been telling your husband, what happened? Now, guess what? This husband now, she doesn't want us to meet him directly. She is the one. If you want anything, tell her. She'll go and tell her husband. She feel enter inside room, closed door, come out again, tell my husband say no. That's the kind of person she is. You understand? But they pay me now because my mother's only sister too. She comes to Ayimi to buy something. Her only sister's children stays at Obibo. And she doesn't know where we're staying. So we're like, every time you're coming to Obibo, come and know where we're staying for more than 5 years. Until now, she's sick. She has been seriously sick and she has been calling us to take care of her, like to come and see her. We don't go visit and come back. We don't go and babysit you.
What about her children?
She had only just one.
At this particular point, I just want us to focus on the crux of that story before we begin to talk about the periphery of Marriott.
All right.
Now, you said the special advisor or personal assistant to Papa was actually now told you people that Papa does not want to see you people. Meaning that it is not Papa himself that told you people, I don't want to see you people.
No, not Papa.
Did he say anything like, Pastor said he doesn't want to see you people? Or he said, Papa will not see you people?
He said, Papa
will not see you people.
We asked why.
Why? And at that particular point, you did not actually exclaim, or you did not you did not actually say, okay, I was actually bantered here. I almost lost my life here. And you're here telling me that Pastor cannot see me.
We did. Now, one of the reasons that provoked us now was that when he made that statement, my mom busted out and started crying. You know, women can be emotional.
Yes.
So when I saw my mom crying, I got angry. Pastor Ken was also angry. He's still alive. He knows this story. He was there with me. We busted out and was like, what he said that is not. I said, Papa has not even promised the scholarship. That he said we should come with my mom so that he can see how he's going to help us out. Now, we are doing this thing as though we didn't have any appointment with him. Don't you know me? I was the guy that this thing fell on. He said that was just it.
Because I just feel the whole. I have to say my mind in this whole story. Because story, I think that they just wanted to find out your well-being. When you came first, second, they realized that you were okay. So, I think they had to pull that stunt on you.
Yeah.
Because I believe if you brought somebody out of that dungeon and the person was like shaking, or you move the person to a hospital, and if the doctor recommends that you take this person abroad, you will do it because of your church and your reputation and your business.
Well, I think there's something we are missing out here.
What?
Way back 2012, we weren't in this social media stuff. And, you know, if it's now that such thing happened, we would have taken pictures and videos to know what we're talking about. Now this period now, even if it happens, it's possible they can take you to there and drop you. Can I be honest with you? I sing in churches. You can go to a church and finish ministry, and the pastor to maybe give you your transport to go home. He tell you to go drop your account number. My brother, nothing you go see. My guess, fellow ministers can testify to that.
That's where I think there's this thing about worshiping your pastors more than God itself.
They see pastors as God because
See pastors more than God.
Tell me why you will be calling a pastor. You're supposed to call him Pastor David Ibiomi. You call him Papa. Papa, is he your father?
All right, why I call him Papa is excluding the anointing, the pastor or the office, his age.
Okay, so is everybody older than you? You call them Papa and Mama. What about aunties, uncle?
Sometimes excessive respect can cost you a lot.
The truth is, let's not, I want to say something very clear. And whatever I'm saying, I can say it behind the scene and anywhere you find me. I love him naturally. I don't know about others. I naturally love him. I love his ministry.
You love him?
I don't really care.
I love him. I love his ministry. But the truth is, this game that was just played, I believe is one of the church politics that he doesn't know. Or probably he knows. Now, with what you're saying, I think there's a little bit truth in it because I acted in faith I just finished my work.
You acted in what?
In faith, like, God, what God cannot do does not exist, that the head will be okay and the rest. No medical checkup and the rest.
Hallelujah.
What was more important to me was to see Papa. And when he gave me those promises, I held it because
Like prophecy.
I held it because it was as though God was speaking to me.
That's what we have.
Do you know why Nigeria will never get better? Because you see, people like you would always make excuses for wrongdoings. You will see this thing, this is red. You, because of his papa, is a pastor. Oh, it might be, it should be. Let it be red. He is a pastor, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not a member of Salvation Ministry, and I cannot judge a pastor. You get.
Yeah.
He has his own doctrine, his own teaching. But for somebody that had that near-death experience in your church, there is a level of responsibility he has for you.
Even if na bondo.
Hi.
Even if na bondo.
Even if it's a transport.
Even if na say.
Even if say my driver drop him at home.
What you're saying is true, because as it is now, outside this world now of what we're saying now, some places might come to start taking it personal, but not knowing that, not putting themselves in that same situation. What if it is you?
What if you died?
Okay.
What if you were deformed?
What if you were crippled?
Yes, that's what we're saying.
I escaped that.
What if you got blind?
At some point, after my mom died, I started having some little issues of, remembering things, and it was affecting me. But, this faith thing, I still believe that God is going to heal me. I have to be very honest with you.
Paulson,
Yeah.
there's something I always write on my social media handle. Faith does not solve life problems.
Exactly.
Facts and figures do. I don't want to start castigating any ministry right now, but I just want to tell you and whoever is listening that faith don't solve problems. If you're hungry, you get food, you eat. If you're pressed, you go ease yourself. Faith don't do that. And I think that faith thing is what has brought you to this point. Because even as you're here, you are covering up for something that is eating you up.
Something that would have killed you.
Something that would have deformed you and brought you down. We are not saying that, okay, I know maybe most people that listen to us will now say, okay, you're feeling entitled. That small thing will happen to you. Now you want me pastor, carry your mama, carry this person, carry that one. But the fact is that even if na bondi, let me tell you what people in the secular world will do. The people that you call unbelievers. If that thing happens in somebody's house, a very reputable person, you are sure that for the next 1 year, he get rid for.
Exactly.
And if care is not taken, that thing you're looking for, you have double of it. But because you attach so much faith, so much delusion, so much of no common sense, that's why I feel you went through what you went through. Because I think at that point that it happened to you, it was an opportunity the universe gave to you.
Honestly. It was, but
faith and
I
the
don't think
reverence, I don't know if you get what.
so see,
the reverence of.
where is what reference are we talking
We
about?
are talking about reverence because from the Papa thing to the man.
All right, we met him, we spoke, and he told me to come with my family to see how he's going to help.
You're here saying
And now that day on Tuesday, I'm just saying that
you don't believe that he is the person that instructed his personal assistant to
Exactly.
tell you that. You're here covering for that fact.
okay.
Whatever his personal assistant has said, whether true or false, it is like the mouthpiece of the man.
Okay, yeah.
And your aunt, what's her name, has not gone to her so-called papa, maybe because she doesn't want to sound as a bad person. I don't know her name. I don't know her. I've not met her before. But this is a very bad thing to do to your nephews. That you don't go and stand for them.
Guess what? She's still a member in the church.
She
should
be a member.
continue.
She has to be a member. But looking at your nephews, your nieces, they are roasting about her. Something happened, a near-death issue happened to your nephew. And since then, we've not been able to say, Papa, that's my brother, uncle.
Let me tell you why I'm very sure that, let me say, there's this portable song that is raining. It rained or it's still raining. Who go help you, no go stress you. You said from that Thursday to Sunday, the fence was fixed. the cars was fixed.
Yeah, that's
And
correct.
probably the carport too was fixed. What about you?
That was just the painful part.
And you are now making excuses for a wrongdoing.
No, it's not as though I'm trying for us to make a balance.
I'm not even talking about the.
No, it was very
entitlement
painful.
of-
Listen,
let
it's
me-
very painful. Why I say it's painful is things was fixed. The carport was fixed. I
The human
believe
being
the
was
car,
not fixed.
but the human being.
Was not fixed.
Do you know that maybe they put much what's
Oh.
this word?
Place values.
Yes, on those things than you.
I beg to disagree, Cynthia.
I don't.
Is the way you present yourself. Do you know that if that type of thing might have happened to me, I think I'll be in the Rolls Royce.
Makachi, I will sue you for everything that you have
There's a
worth.
way you. There's a way
I
the
will
church-
go
there's a
to
way the
every
church
junction.
address it. It's not like I want to shut the church down, but there's a way the church will address it. I will ease up. But when you abandon, you can't just draw a woman with such ailments to your church. Are you telling me that there was no camera for even the PA? I don't know who the PA is. What's his name? Looking at that woman, you cannot say, "Nah, pastor, come and see these people." You get my point. The more that you force the woman from wherever she is to come with such medical condition to the church, and all of a sudden you now tell them that they're not it. It is like a point person with. It's like a point. Let's do the real podcast, me and my co-host right now.
All right.
See, it's always why I tell people, God is God. The moment you begin to take a human being as God, God will make that human being to always disappoint you.
Bam.
That's what happens.
Because
Naturally.
let me tell you something. See, I am trying to analyze from what you've said. A pastor met you on Sunday. Abi? He met you on Sunday. The whole time he took you to his office, brought out anointing oil to anointing your head. There is the amount of money that would have entered your account. There are certain questions they need to ask you because then you were 18, right?
20s.
18, teenager.
Yeah, teenager.
Yes. There are certain questions you would ask. Are you okay? How have you been since that accident? How is your mom coping with such scenario happening to a child?
Yeah.
There are certain questions. You don't chop. Okay, make my driver go drop you. At least know your house. That is care. That is what an adult, a pastor, a figure that represents Christ, that would want his church members to act Christ-like, should do in such situation. But now you're here making excuses for a man that took anointing oil. Faith, Abi, anointed your hair with olive oil that they used to use as fry plantain in the house and tell you, go home and come back on Tuesday. And you are now telling me that he said, how did you even use and put? With face.
That they say they should, that pastor doesn't want to see them. Not like they sent the PA. That was how demeaning it was. So they sent the PA, not like the pastor now came and said, okay, see this 1 million naira. See this 50,000 naira. Mommy, take it, start something for yourself, take care of the children. Maybe once in a while. Later, maybe next 2 weeks, come and see me, the son. You have actually eased that woman up. You have actually eased everybody up. So that's just the whole thing. It's a consequence of taking the glory. The Bible is actually complete, but most people that are church fanatics don't know how the Bible works. You will not give my glory to another person. But here you are every day worshiping your pastor.
And you like
And
him.
God is sitting down and say, let us see this person who disappeared.
You like him so much.
You love, not like you love him so much, like you are enslaved by the words that come from him. Because I bet you, if that person was not a pastor, you would have acted differently.
Do you know why I love an unbeliever? Because their delusional rate is very low.
Yeah.
If it's an unbeliever that thing happened to, once they ask you, what do you want? Guy, 1 million suppose enter my account. You can't shout, you want see Papa. Papa na God. What if you were crippled?
I won't go school. Yes.
What do you want?
Go school.
Not even I won't go school. That one na
At
present
that
past
at that
tense.
particular time.
Action. That time. Make something enter my account first.
That particular part time.
People say na 10K.
You get as hand they do me. That is just the whole thing.
You know, the truth is, if you can tell yourself the truth, the way you think now is definitely not the way you were thinking
Excuses again.
then.
You were thinking like that because you're a believer. You
Yes.
had faith.
Yes.
If na,
See, the other stuff you're even talking about, I believe that there's no way Papa can say a thing and it doesn't come to.
He will say no. God can say it. God will say it.
No, you don't understand. These things.
I say, no, person. Let me make you understand something. And part of this issue, you have over 50% fault on it.
yes,
The church itself does not owe you anything. They didn't enjoy you. If you take it to court, they didn't enjoy you.
true.
You did not write a report to say, I was in this place and I fell and my head was broken and the church abandoned me. They asked, how are you? You said, fine. They anointed you and you took the anointing.
They asked you, what do you want?
asked you,
You
what do
said
you
you want to see Papa.
You say you want to see
And you saw
And you
Papa.
saw him.
And he,
No. You. The truth is there. Paul said, you saw him. But that is, I know you're looking at it from being a humanitarian. The fact is this.
so being a Christian,
a faith-bounded person. And now you've understood that now faith did not solve that.
The problem. Reality check.
and you know what? The painful thing, apart from my own side, is I believe so many other persons are going through this step.
Exactly.
It's because you came out to talk. And the boldness that made you to come out, I tell people that you see perspective on belief system and religion. You don't need to convince people. Reality does.
True.
Go and check people that told you, I don't go to church again. Nobody convinced them to stop going to church. Reality did. The way you are now, at this point, you get what they go to tell you. You'll be like,
You know, go fit. You don't
You
go fit
just
believer.
wait.
No, it's true. Like what I'm saying, let's fast forward to today now, and maybe stuff like this happen again. I don't agree.
I think naivety had a role to play in whatever happened to you, because it still centers on that fact that I said that religious people lose actually their common sense. And whenever you see any religious person, you become, what do they call it, a rebellion when you begin to engage common sense. Remember I said that faith does not solve life problems. Yeah. If you want to become a doctor, you write your JAMB for university admission. If you want to become a mechanic, you go and maybe apprenticeship or something. Same with lawyers. No pastor, so no pastor can pray in that stuff to you. Now, most times, why I feel that most people are used, most churchgoers are used, is because everybody wants to bypass process. Everybody wants to bypass process. Let me give you an example now of how I view life, my own opinion. If I stay now, for example, and say, God, I want to live long. I don't want to die early. You know what God does? God will direct you to things you should eat and things you should not eat. God does not do you receive it. You get where I'm going to.
Yeah.
Now, that's why most people rush to church for quick miracles or magic. Some other people go to maybe traditional ends. I won't make them big. You want to make it big, you know, get shop. You won't marry as a young girl, you get bad character. And how do you want to achieve it? So it takes away that process. I tell you, there is no child you give birth to today. The pikin will start to the work. You were born and go on.
No be like.
Pikin were born today, don't come off for your own piam. Start to the waka, pia. Everybody will take off.
I beg, I want to see something.
No, that is what most people that rush to religious places they want. I just finished school. I want to start to work for shared. Which experience now? So these pastors know your mindset. That is why they don't do that miracle in hospitals. They don't heal the sick in hospitals. They do them in staged areas. Any day, any doctor, any pastor, I will believe is the one that walks into UPTH and the ground floor, everybody is fine and walking home. But the stage, they have to build a stadium, call people, and tell you to bring people on stretchers from the hospital to that place for you to do a miracle crusade. Do it in UPTH environment. Let the doctors will even be happy to have more rest. Everybody, ICU, everybody is out. What am I trying to say? I'm not trying to tell anybody that you are a fake pastor or ever. What I'm trying to talk about is you, Paul said. And it goes to every other member that is carrying so much religion on your head. I'm not here to convince you. Reality will convince you.
Exactly.
That's what has happened.
Well, the truth is, whatever you're saying, I think I understand what you're saying. It's just like a man that got married to a lady and you want to have a baby and you're just looking at your wife and you be like, receive it, take in. Oga, even the Bible said, and Adam knew his wife. There must be knowing. You must know her. You understand? So all I'm saying in essence is very simple. I understood what you're saying. And so I just wanted to create a balance so we could further to the next.
Okay, what balance? Okay, the fact is that, okay, the church, I think I blame your aunt at this point.
I blame you too.
The aunt that was supposed to give you the 5K did not stand for you people, because I believe as a worker in the church is closer to the church administration.
Yes.
Now you say the Salvation Ministry where Port Harcourt, and the pastor promised to give you scholarship or help you per se. Now your aunt was supposed to be like, hey, my bro, that time you came, the pastor later see you people. Did she ask something? Did she ask something? She didn't.
Not really.
So
Even when I brought it up, she was like, flimsy excuses.
it affects her worship to
Her position.
yes.
Position what? She has been in that church for God knows how long, and she has not even met the man in person. So that's not like
It's not about meeting. It's not about meeting. It's about you having this delusional conviction
That you are Christ-like.
that you are in higher places with God if you keep worshiping some people. She was the one that's supposed to go through her head and be like, the pastor promised my brother something. And they came here the other day, even that my sister-in-law, she came here with sores. And she'll be the one who have pushed it and tell you, come to church on Sunday. She'll be like, okay, you should come to church on Sunday. I'll make sure that you sit in front so that the pastor, Papa, according to you, will be seeing you. Once he sees your face, he will remember. Maybe he has so much on him. But part of the blame is under your aunt. You understand me? So that is just it. I don't know, my co-host, how you can blend this thing for us.
You said guess who get bad character, then they marry again. They marry where this period there, then they marry like die.
Depends on the bad character you have.
So, my dear brother, I might not like this man. I don't like him. Best reasons for me, but I'm not trying to choose a side. I'm just talking from reality, from what you've explained. I would fault you, because if you want to start checking like the events that took place, you will check out that all the promises that you needed was kept, because he said he wanted to see Papa, as you said, and he saw you. So I feel like if it was an unbeliever, I'm a Christian, no, but if it was an unbeliever, the first thing that would be on his head was how to make profits from
Escape.
from that particular experience. But because of you had faith, and I'm not going to fault you like 100%, it should be the way you were raised. Maybe your parents raised you in a Christ-like Christian home where they see pastors
And
as
honor them.
savior. They see pastors as God themselves. And those pastors will now see gullible people like you as an escape route from poverty. Because you see this man of God they're talking about, his wristwatch, one of his wristwatch can make you escape poverty for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
With your children.
All right, okay. You've come to that same point. Exactly the reason why I said I'm sure he doesn't know about it. You just mentioned something now about the watch, right? Now tell me, Muku just speak broken. What do you really think? What me the matter where you won't bring somebody, you won't bring come for somebody like Papa David Ibiome or maybe Apostle Chibuzo of OPM? What me the problem if you see
Both of
again?
them are different.
They are very different.
Let's focus on the person you brought.
Very different.
You have here.
No, I'm trying to say that these guys are generals.
But what is the difference between OPM pastor and Salvation Ministry? The difference is very clear.
Let's focus on.
It's very clear.
Focus on what you brought here. Anybody bring Pastor Chibuzo, we will know how to take address her. You understand? We are not here to compare pastors.
Well, the truth is,
There is, according to you, it is a Salvation Ministry thing, and we are here to urge Salvation Ministry. We are not entitled. I don't think you are.
no.
But a promise was made. Papa Ibiome, we dey beg you. A promise was made. We don't know whether you are aware of Amo. We don't know if maybe the personal assistant actually overused his powers to push away this guy. You've heard his story. Please, we ask. Like he's here completely believing that you never knew about it. Papa, please prove that you never knew about it. Just prove that you never knew about the whatever the special assistant or the advisor told them. He lost, I think part of the thing that made him lose his mom, or maybe that's depression and trauma that made him lose everything.
And do you know what breaks my heart? Immediately the mom heard, Papa said he wants to see us. There is this level of hope that would have increased her years in 1,000-fold.
I think
And-
such thing was mentioned in the last 5 Nights of Glory, because I do attend, where Papa himself was saying a woman was supposed to die at the age of 40, and he came, prayed for the woman, and the woman later died 40-something years later. You understand? So if such thing had happened, that woman would have died. I can't even remember the last time
That's why we say that faith don't solve life problems. You're still exhibiting that fact that faith doesn't like to solve.
May I still believe that he knows?
And you believe that he knows.
Yes.
On this table, on this podcast, Paulson stopped at end his noted.
Yeah.
And the family is going through quite a lot.
Person, are you married now?
Yeah, with a child.
I just believe that Pastor Ibiome, Bishop Ibiome, Papa Ibiome should be able to come to their aid, because he's a man of his words, according to you. Yes.
Exactly.
You were promised quite a lot of things. Your life was at stake. So at this particular point, we're urging Salvation Ministry headquarters. Would I beg you on behalf of Paulson and family? He said he met you one-on-one, you anointed him, and promised. See, I always see Biome not supposed to pour again.
For where?
No, that's an entitlement statement.
It don't like see.
We are not,
No,
we
it's
are not
not
being
being entitled. No, we are not being entitlement. We are not being entitled here. Something can happen, and Ibiome holds.
Like saying, I always see governor when not supposed to pour again. Now people where don't see governor
the person did not see the governor well.
NOC Governor 101.
You understand me? As Sim day now, I will see Sim hold you enter office, sit down, no so
101
again.
You know, no say this
Somebody
rich,
like me, no, you they go.
this rich man, they're stingy.
No, and they talk of people where they talk about. You see people like Sim, see Ibiome,
on week.
a Wike there. All those, there are some people that, I don't mean this type, maybe the person they for stage, you they talk, as a person hold you, come, anoint you, tell you, say, come with your people. You're not supposed broke again.
Then why is he now still, sorry to say this, so
Why is he still
why
struggling?
is he still struggling?
I think I will go with what he's saying, that he feels that Bishop Ibiome or Pastor Ibiome, I don't know his ranking now, does not know about it. And that's why he's here on this podcast.
All right. And in summary of whatever I'm saying is just that I believe deep down in my heart that Papa David Ibiome does not know. Why I said so, like I said, I've had scenarios. I'll be church boy.
Are you say church boy?
Now, with waiting to happen to me, my brother, I dey face life the way it is.
Yes.
One of my ideology is the summary of Christianity is love.
Sharp.
For God so love, he gave. Yeah. So if love no really dey in everything we dey portray, till tomorrow I go see tell you it's a fake. I saw the compassion on Papa David Ibiome when he held my hands and the way he was looking at me and brought me in.
Is he supposed to drag you?
He didn't drag me.
No, I'm on that.
Hold on,
That's
hold
what
on.
everybody's supposed to do in a situation like that.
Hold on.
Is he supposed to drag you?
Hold on. He didn't drag me. He held my hand, walked with the man na come man.
So doctor
Walked
now,
with
you
me.
dey sick hospital now.
Now, hold
Doctor will hold you now with his compassion and love. No, they talk this thing. They make
See,
me
you
vex.
know the problem
Abeg.
now. I don't know. See, everybody and their own background believes. You understand? I keep saying it. And Mu no just stress this matter. Let's go with what he has already said. That
All right, pausing.
believe.
What do you want on this? Let's wrap on this.
Exactly.
Let's say
That's the purpose of
we are
this
pushing
this
a bit back
podcast.
and forth, and I'm actually, let's come to this point. Let's say, what do you want? Tell Pastor Ibiome what you want.
All right.
Tell Pastor Ibiome, tell Salvation Ministry Headquarters what you want.
All right. I'm trying to be very, very sensitive with my words because he's a man I respect so much. He gave his words, and I'm still holding those words even after I've lost. There's no need to be laughing. I'm trying to be very honest with you.
Tell us what you want.
All right. All I'm saying is those words he gave, I'm still holding on to it.
And the anointing too.
Yes. I'm
After
still holding
14 years.
Wow, it was very painful, but I'm still holding on to those
Okay.
words.
It's good.
That's good.
God help you.
You can actually hear what he's saying. You see, his belief system and everything. You get me? He's still holding on to the words of Pastor Ibiome. The anointing. He cannot. I think he cannot actually forget that scenario in
Yes.
Jesus. Why that's point he brought out that oil and prayed
Yes,
for his.
and prayed for you.
That's kind of a strong belief that something can still come out.
Say, had it been that stuff happened and you got crippled, the anointing would have healed you from your crippledness.
Yes, that is just thank God it wasn't
talk am
crippled.
real.
So we just believe that scenario where he prayed for you and you held his hand, you still believe that something can still come out of it.
You know, most times I think, and I ask myself some questions if most pastors do sleep well at night when they wrong some persons as they stay comfortable. Because the PA that said that you've deprived not just me, my siblings, the joy, the happiness, and made us cry.
Sorry, I want to say
Now the question is, on the other end, people will be like, what if it was a pastor that sent him? And we on this other end, we are believing that it can't be him that sent him.
Yes. It can't be him.
It can't. So now you're saying it can't be him as though the truth is, I believe if he sees this video, the witnesses that are aware of these matters are still alive. The Sabina we're talking about, my father's sister. What can they do? Sabina.
Yeah.
Is still alive.
I don't Sabina. I will say they listen.
Now the pastor kid that went with me to Salvation, I think we should invite him. You understand? And I don't want to believe that the fence that was fixed and the carport that was fixed and the property behind it that was later bought was more important than the soul we are all preaching about. And to date, I still feel, one of the things that make me fight for a lady when I find out that you're either raped or molested is the psychological effect. To date, the memories can't leave my head. And
The memories of what?
the memories of the accident, the way it happened, the pictures are still clear in my head. it's more like a trauma. The tears my mom were just crying in that same church environment.
when the
He told us that, I was so destabilized. I was devastated and destabilized that I didn't know how to place my hand. I was like, can this thing be true? But that feeling of him holding my hands, I still feel it to date. Those words, the Papa David Ibiome I know keeps to his words.
Exactly.
And the truth is, what makes God God is when he says a thing, he keeps to it.
yes.
And what makes us a human, is when we say a thing, we stand by it. And that's the only thing I have to say. I can't come and start feeling entitled, Papa. I can't. I can never. But I know you gave me your word,
True.
and I'm holding it.
Please, I have a question.
All right.
What if this video doesn't get, or it gets to him and he doesn't respond? How will you feel?
One of the journey of life is when you're hurt, you say it out and get healed.
Right.
What is more important is you've been able to say through your words, some persons that have listened to you must have been healed. One person or the other must have gone through this in one church or the other. Maybe their mother, maybe their father. They must have promised them things and they didn't do it. And this is also a call to all the general overseers to please look into their systems, that most of the people working under them are playing politics. It happened the winners. Pastor Nonso Igweneme's closest friend was transferred to a very big church, but they played politics and not take the man to that place. It was David Ibiome that was passing and saw him and said, no, are you not so? He said, yeah, you're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in so state, in so church. They took the man back to that place and he checked. Someone else was already pastoring there for 4 months.
Wow.
Now, I'm not here to criticize the church or the body of Christ, no. I'm only here to tell you that we are not perfect. Just the way you and I are not perfect. That they should look into it. So many persons are they are crying behind the scene
Because of what they
because of the PAs and other associates are doing. Pastor Nonso Igwenemeh too, I still take as reference. The resident pastor did this. He came by himself to confess. The church is there. It's at Obibo. Dynamic Noma Power Assembly. He came and announced to himself that he has been stealing the church money, he has been doing this and the rest. So, but the truth is, what you need to understand is he's also a human. Before he's a man of God, he was first a man before of God. So please, Papa, I'm pleading. Please.
Your words.
So that's just all I have to say.
Your words.
Please keep to the words.
I do that.
I don't have anything to say, my dear bro.
All right. At this particular point, we've actually heard the story, the life experience of Mr. Paulson. Mr. Paulson, thank you very much for coming.
All right. Alanti, you're from Abia State.
Yes, I'm from Abia State, and there's something remarkable you said,
Yeah.
and I will conclude on that. You said something about when your mother was ill, none of your people, none of their relations actually came to your aid.
Yeah. Except her own immediate siblings.
Okay.
Like her
You
siblings.
people-
Imo State now.
It's always the father's side.
It's not about the father. Look, calm down now. Yeah, now, I'm not talking about, because me, I'm from Abia State. You're from, I can actually share with that your experience. I think some people that are watching me that are relations who can be angry, but they know I'm saying the truth. You said something that they always come to your aid when the person is late.
Exactly.
And I think I share such experience. You can be, I'm not here to condemn
And they tried.
any tribe. But I'm talking about from where I'm coming from. That Abia State people can do better, our relations can actually do better. When people are down and need your help, it's better you help that person while the person is alive. When the person is no more, don't attend the funeral, don't contribute, don't do anything. Help the person to stay alive. And also, in as much as we are begging David Ibiome, we are still begging Alex Oti, the savior of Abia State, please. This is our brother. You can actually look into their family too. At this particular time, we've come to the end of this episode.
Well, how about I think we have other men of God that are from other states that I love so much. Man.
It's not for this podcast to actually grab. Anytime, if they want to tell their stories, they can actually like, follow, share, and actually call the number on their screen so they can have a chance to tell their story.
Please, I want to say something now. I don't know if I should.
You can actually say something.
The lady that beat off your sister's breast, is she still alive?
She is, and she hasn't put to bed for more than 9-10 years now.
I really feel like the way ladies treat their domestic staff are not being talked about enough, or people that stay with them as maybe
House help.
you get house help, sisters, child, is not being talked about enough, because you see that woman, she needs to be in jail at the moment.
Guess what? The truth is, she's this kind of ministry type, and from one ministry to another. Today now this one, tomorrow now this one, and the rest. The truth is, I allowed it to stay down because that my uncle, her husband, played a major role in my mother's life as her elder sister. You know, I can remember the day my mother died. My mother died March 2013, a year after I had this scenario at Salvation Ministry. When she died, my uncle came. He made some striking point that after all his suffering, you let her left. Now, when my mother was in the hospital, this man was very active. My uncle Tony was very active. All my siblings know that. The reason why we even went to his house was because of him. But when the wife turned tiger, normally they go again.
That's what the unit is.
So she's still there. And
So
you are going after her is as though going after my uncle.
okay, that's for another.
So that's
for another day. We actually thank you, Mr. Paulson.
Thank you very much for coming.
Family, thank you. All the best. And actually, you have to just be a man. This story can actually get to Salvation Ministry. It might not actually get to.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
don't just pitch your tent there. Take the lessons. I believe just whatever that's happened to you. I'm not here to tell you take this, hate this person, don't go to church, don't do this. It's for you. Like I said, it's only reality that adjusts perspectives. That perspective you have about life, your story you're telling to people. I'm not here to say, I don't hear. No. Somebody's hearing this and the person is telling himself, no, I don't do this. See where I made my mistake. So at this point, we've come to the end of this episode.
All right.
And Salvation Ministries, please, Pastor Ibiome, do like Pastor Ibiome. Thank you.